Good morning. Joe here, coffee, cars. I'm running super late because I tried to go to the grand opening of a new Kroger here in town, but I underestimated how excited the general population gets over a grocery store opening. And there were hundreds of people there, marching band and Oscar Mayer Wienermobile and all this shit. And I was like, maybe not. And then I saw Caucasian Kevin's vehicle in the parking lot, and I was like, well, there's that. So I just left. I never even went in. I'll check it out later. Like at some point in the future, that'll probably be like a Kroger that I visit, but this morning was a bust. So that's why I'm running super late. And also I had like work shit come up, which kind of sucks. So there are 3 cars here for the Ignition Diecast archive. And somebody suggested that I change it to the Ignition Diecast master set, since what we're adding to the archive kind of the same thing that's in the master sets, like main lines, recolors, store exclusives, Zamax, and treasure hunts, super treasure hunts. So maybe at some point in the future we'll drop that archive word, which is a hard word, and not a lot of I've actually had people not understand what the word archive means. So maybe we'll change it to Ignition Diecast master set. Who knows? So here is this 2019 2018 Bentley Continental GT3, not a GTE as in Elvis, a GT3 as in 3. And based on some like Instagram posts, I thought this would be like a super big deal, but they're starting to pile up, and I don't think I'm gonna be hunting for these anymore for the sake of inventory. We got plenty that came in via cases, and even though it looks like, is this a Liberty Walk? It doesn't say. Is this Liberty Walk body kit? It is not. It looks like the Liberty Walk Sylvia of the same color with the gold trim, but not a Liberty Walk anything, which may be why people are a little soft on it. I don't know, but that's going to the archive, which is what it's called as of today. Here is the cone shaker, and it's new for 2025. I think people collect debuts, like people collect cars that are new for a particular year more than they do recolors and stuff like that, because this is actually a fairly good mover, even though it's kind of dumb in my opinion. It's one of the spin-offs of the Bone Shaker. I collect the Bone Shaker and the closed roof Bone Shaker, but not the Baja Bone Shaker or the Pixel Shaker or the Cone Shaker. Making sure that's what it's called. And at the very least, cones have something to do with cars. Like if you do autocross, you drive through a cone course, and they put cones up in a lot of motorsports events and stuff. So this isn't that far out, but it's supposed to be related to the Bone Shaker. So see the triangle bumpers. If you are really, really into the Bone Shaker, maybe you'll want to collect these too. And this was the first one, so I'm sure it won't be the last. And this car, which we have, I don't think we sold, maybe we sold one at Ignition Diecast, but I really thought this was going to be like a big, big deal, but I don't know. As Chris says, maybe it's not track fast, or the fact that it's been people are bored with Mazdas. I don't know. But I kept going. I think the only other Arc 7 drift they have is the Neon Speeders. I'd like one in real life. Tell you what. So those 3 are for the archive. But this 8-pack Hot Wheels 8 is for me. And I found this one at the Blue Hole yesterday, and it's the first 8-pack that seems new to me. Like I haven't seen this one before. And let's take a look at what's inside. I've seen this car before. In fact, I have one, so that's not why I bought it. But there's this Datsun 620 in a color I've never seen, so I bought for that. And there's a closed roof bone shaker, which I do not have. So there's two. And then there's a Lamborghini, I think it's a Gallardo LP in blue, which I definitely don't have. And that, not so much. The Mont Racer, don't get it. And these we give away because nobody wants those. But what's that called? Doing It Up. This exclusive, good inventory, and 3 that I want, and then 3 that are kind of throwaways. So, not a terrible 10-pack. The Blue Hole sells these for $8.88, so that's like $1.11 per car. Not bad. I'd pay like $3 for that Datsun, and yeah, up to like $3 for the cars that I want. So these 3 made it worthwhile. So let's look a little closer. Where'd it go? Here's the Datsun. Lime green. I have a bunch of these. And definitely a casting that I collect. Here's this Corvette. I'm doing this with my left hand, which is really awkward. So let me switch hands. And is this a Lamborghini Gallardo? Let's see if we can see it in the camera. Gallardo LP. Yep. So I'll be keeping that one too. And then another bone shaker. I think there's like 7,000 bone shakers, so I definitely don't have anywhere close to all of them. But it's one of those classic Hot Wheels castings that I really like. And is this a fantasy car? They've made them in real life, so I guess it's a fantasy car that became a real car. So now this casting is based on a real car. I think the real one has an open roof, so not a closed roof. And then this other stuff, you've seen it before, the Doing It Up. What is this anyway? I'm definitely gonna need the glasses for this one. It's a monoposto. It's Italian. So maybe you want it. I'll put it in the web shop. And there's plenty of these other 3 that nobody ever buys. And it's just kind of taking up space. So maybe I should just like drop this off at the thrift store right now. I don't know. Anyway, I'm happy that I got some stuff. I think the rest of the week, I'm looking over there where my pile is. And I think the rest of the week, there's going to be archive ads, but also stuff that I'm keeping for myself. And we're getting through the week. It'll be Freestyle Friday before you know it. It's always the weekend these days, you know? Later.